Coming to the sixth house, whenever our Chara Atmakaraka or the highest degree planet is in the sixth house, this can indicate service. Here, service can show multiple things. Maybe if you are in the service field or the service sector, maybe you need to. If you are in the service sector, then it's directly linked to your karmic lessons or the debts, because if you are in this sector, that can show that you are already aligned to the lessons that you are supposed to learn this time. Providing service, this if you are not in the service sector, then trying to provide services, let's say teaching someone or trying to help people in need, volunteer work, especially sixth house can show a lot of volunteer work, and trying to just provide simple services is more than enough. And just maybe you have to learn a lesson that you would understand after providing some service to someone. Maybe you can teach something, anything, that can also be seen here. And maybe you need to support someone by providing some service. Especially this can be excellent for people who are in medical fields, or who are working in medical fields. Whenever the person has 6 or 12 active in their life, that can indicate medical related field or law related fields. So services related to medical or advising someone can also be seen here, because that is also, and that is also a type of service. And consultancy, trying to guide someone through your consultancy or the knowledge you have in a particular thing. It may not be your main work or job that you are doing, but you can just try to help people. Maybe let's say you have some knowledge in some field, like maybe bikes or something. Maybe then you can do something like public charity or something. For example, one of the best things would be to post videos or guides guiding people on how to perform service on their own of their vehicle. That is just an example. That is just what came into my mind. But yeah, it may be any type of service that you can perform. You can help people who are performing service in any way. That can be seen here. And this can be a strong indicator of employment or job. Whatever job or employment here is the direct thing. And whenever I say employment, it is directly linking to employment, or you being in a certain job, working under someone for a paid salary. That is what this directly indicates. So doing well in your job, trying to be less demanding in your job, and trying to perform your job properly, and trying not to create any controversies in job can be one of the things. Maybe you're just supposed to work well and work hard in this lifetime. That can also be seen through the Chara Atmakaraka being in the sixth house. Yeah, maybe you need to support someone who needs a job, who is probably seeking a job. If you are capable of doing that, providing people with employment or jobs can also be seen here. Yeah, maybe you have to help people get out of debts. It may be anyone close or a friend. Yeah, and trying to provide loans to people in need can also be seen here, because sixth house directly shows loans. That can be seen here, but it's always advisable to keep it to a very minimum amount. Like let's say whenever you lend out money, this is one of the quotes, or this is one of the things I've seen. Whenever you lend money to anyone you know directly, or anyone in general, and just lend the amount that you are willing to lose in general. And let's say you lend some money to a friend or someone, it's always better to just forget about it. If the friend gives you back the money, that's okay. If he doesn't, then let's just say you did something good for the 12th house. Yeah, maybe you were meant to lose there. Yeah, So helping someone who is drowning in debts can be one of the very good things that can be done here. So whatever links to you is what is important here, because if you are in a medical profession, it directly links to diseases. Helping a person get cured of any disease. It can be some illness, disease, temporary, chronic. Yeah, it can be anything. Maybe you have to nurse someone if you are a nurse, and that is you just being performing your profession is already performing, or you're working towards your karmic lessons. So that's a very good way to do it. If 6th house and 10th are linked in any way, even if 6th house is not linked with 10th, 6th house directly shows work. And so having people cured, providing the people in need, especially people who have illness and they are barely able to afford their medicines, then you can provide these type of people with just a month's supply is more than enough. Maybe that will ease their financial burden. So it can be anything. If you work in a hospital, you will almost every day see one or the other person who will have difficulty, or who will be very grateful if you paid for their medicines. It may be small amount, big amount, as per your convenience and as per your reach. Yeah, it depends from person to person. Maybe that is not the case with you. You maybe you have a lot of money, inheritance, wealth, or you're just lucky in general. Maybe you made your own money. Then you can try to help people going through a very difficult time, a miserable time. That does happen a lot. And people have a lot of ups and downs, especially in the lower middle class or lower class. People suffer a lot because of the lack of money. Maybe you have to help them get a job, and indirectly you will ease or make their life way better. Yeah, it can be anything. If you have a company or a business, maybe providing job will ease the person who's going through a very tough time, or probably have been going through a very tough time from generations. Yeah, especially when it comes to misery, it can be many things. Maybe a guy who's very qualified, maybe not very qualified, maybe has around 70% in his degree or something, and he didn't get a job because he couldn't pursue masters or something, like the typical Indian movie show, him having the burden of his parents being ill. And this is true. There are many people who are suffering this way even today, and you can try providing them with the things they need, and without hurting their pride. Obviously, providing job would be very good. Instead of, it's always better to teach a person to fish rather than providing him with one or two fish whenever you can. So yeah, trying to provide a person with the job, or the qualification required to get a job. Maybe your business requires a very qualified person, and trying to help the person gain that qualification can be good, a way of providing here. Yeah, maybe you're a lawyer or into any law field, law related things, and you can advise people. And then you can try providing advices, one or two advice for free. When you obviously can see the person, or any person who has trouble trying to pay the lawyer fees or something, then you may try to ease up on the fees, and many things. Whenever it comes to law, especially when it comes to law, many people getting cheated. If you don't want to bear the risk, then just trying to support the people who are in the safe places. Like, let's say a person just has some small legal issue, then without any risk, they just have some vehicle related or something, some simple issue, legal issue, and you can try to help them without charging or something. And this can be once or twice a month, not more, not less. Yeah, and let's say if you are a brave lawyer, which is very difficult to find today, and you're ready to go up against corporations or criminals or mobsters, then you can help a victim who's suffering. So these kind of things, when a lawyer, for example, just a lawyer, when he does that, goes up against corporation and these things, or against a stronger opponent in general, he's gaining a lot of good karma. But then, yeah, it is going to be difficult, life threatening most of the time. Yeah. So whichever links to you becomes important here. And it may be that, let's say you are a teacher, any teacher who can prepare someone for competitive exams, and that will be a very good service too. Trying to help people achieve their dreams through, let's say, UPSC or these exams, cracking these exams, that can be one of the links to you. Or you yourself finishing competitive exams or participating in competitive exams can also be a thing. Maybe you have to be in a competitive field too at times, because sixth house shows enemies and competition. So maybe you're going to be in a very competitive area, field. Yeah, that can be an indication too, but that is rarely the case. It's usually all about, when it comes to Chara Atmakaraka or just Atmakaraka, it's always about providing something, and it's rarely about experiencing, not experiencing, it's rarely about enjoying or taking something, because lessons aren't, the lessons are meant to be difficult so that you grow in some or the other way. So out of these points, some or the other point would have been a direct link to a person who has his Chara Atmakaraka in the 6th house. So trying to provide any of this service or anything will be very useful, and you might unlock your luck, maybe. Yeah, that can also be the case. Sometimes just trying to help someone will unlock your good karmas, get a job, or performing any service. Let's say you're an ordinary person who has nothing, then just simply trying to help a person who has diseases is more than enough. Maybe there is a donation portal, which donation or organization where you can just donate 500 rupees or something. If that is your reach, do that. Whatever your reach is, try to perform whatever you can with the amount of money or amount of service you can provide. Never try to overdo anything, because just doing one thing a lot, like donating 50% of your wealth, will very rarely change anything, because you'll just become more miserable maybe. But yeah, it's usually just trying to provide constantly in a regular way, because this is for lifetime. This is not a small phase. This is going to be like impacting for your entire life. So trying to help people throughout your life in these categories will be the goal for the person who has Chara Atmakaraka in the 6th house. Yeah, I think this explains or covers the 6th house.